Hi everybody, Jessica S here. I'm getting into drag this evening so I can film some makeup tutorials. Some people have asked me how I do my eye makeup because I think my eyes are probably my biggest feature of my drag. So I thought I'd do a tutorial about how I do my eyes. I've already done my highlight and contour. I haven't completely finished all the refining all the lines, and I'll visit that a little bit later on. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you first of all how I map my eyebrows. And this is something my drag mother taught me. I've also seen DT do this as well. So you take something that's long and thin, and from the outside of your nostril past the inside of your eye to where your natural brows actually begin. I'm just going to use my mirror here, and you make a dot. That's where it's going to start. Now your drag brow should always start where your natural brows start. So I'm going to go over to the other side. Not everybody's face is symmetrical. The idea is to make it as symmetrical as you can, but proportion to your face. So I've got the two dots there, and then the apex, the top, the peak should always be outside of the nostril through the pupil, and that should be the highest point. You might not be able to see it, but there's a little point there. And then using the same techniques, the outside of the nostril past the outside of the eye, just draw a dot where you want the brow to stop. Now you might want the brow to come down, might flare up, but it has to be in line with that. Okay, so I've done all the points, and always best to make sure that these points are as symmetrical as possible. There's a phrase that we use, which is they should be sisters, not twins, but at the same time, don't draw two different eyebrows on your head unless that's what you're going for. Now, when it comes to colours of brows, it depends what wig I'm going to be wearing. If I'm going to be wearing a ginger wig, then I'll do a dark ginger brow. If I'm wearing a red wig, I'll do a red brow. In this case, my wig has a black root, it ombres into a bright red, and there are some little bits of pale pink in it. So I'm going to actually incorporate all those colours into my brow, and luckily I have all those colours that I need in this palette. So these are eyeshadows, so I'm going to use eyeshadows to paint on my brows. For the love of drag, make sure they're clean. So I'm going to take one of the darkest shades here, one of the darkest shades, and what I do is I just charge up my brush, and I'm going to have to use my mirror a little bit as well, not just the camera here. But I take the point between the 2 points and I start halfway through. Just going to brush upwards. So I start in the middle and brush towards the apex. I get thinner as I go up. And then when I go down to this point here, is I get lighter and I just sort of tap it slightly. So it sort of fades and ombres. So yes, the brow, it sort of gives the impression that it starts where my natural brows do, but it doesn't really. It sort of starts a little bit further up, but it's ombreed to that, so it doesn't look like it starts halfway. There, I've just done those two. What I'm now going to do is I'm going to take a black eyeliner, it's a felt tip eyeliner, to do the wing, because my wig has a black base. I'm going to do black, ombreing into bright red, and then ombreing into pink, so it matches the wig. There, I did that off camera because I need my mirror. It's a bit thick towards the end, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to use an eye base to cut into that, so you probably won't be able to see it. You won't. So I'm going to do the same on the other side. There, I've done them both. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that, the palette again, and the same brush, and I'm going to blend the red into the black, and then I'm going to use black eyeshadow to set that eyeliner. So again, I'm going to get this dark colour. What I'm trying to do is merge the black with the red. Ooh. It's okay, no matter what we do, we can still correct it. It's fine. When you do eyebrows using eyeshadow, you do need a generous amount of it, otherwise it just breaks. It doesn't look as bold as you want it to. And now I'm going to take some of these pinks, and I'm going to do a little bit of a pink in the sort of like halfway down that bit, so it merges in with the ombre. So because the wig I'm going to be wearing has a slight pinkish part to it. So let me show. So here, it's going to be very subtle. It probably won't show up too much on camera, but this lovely pink colour is going to be merging into the red. And hopefully down into the ombre. There, I've just added a little bit more highlight to the center so it sort of like ombres a bit more. So the last thing I'm going to do is take some black and I'm going to set the wing of this. So just take that little bit there. There, and I've actually added a little black line to the very top of the eyebrows. So that's how I do my eyebrows. Okay, the next thing I do is I use something called, well, a lot of people call it an eye base. There are some different companies that do them. I use LA Girl white foundation. There's not a lot coming out of this. Just open it up because I've used so much of it. Some people use the P. Louise eye base, and there used to be one that Beauty Bay did, but they don't do it anymore. But there are a few different eye bases. Some people use concealer. I use this white foundation because I find it works just as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cover the entire part of my eyelid and under this brow in white. That is literally all I'm going to do. And you do not set it. You let it go because we're going to be setting it using your eyeshadows. Your eyeshadows need to blend with this base. So I want to make sure it's a nice straight line from there to there, rather than with powder. And as you can see, I've used the base to sort of cut into that wing, make it a bit more defined. Now for colours, I've decided to go with blue today. I think the blue and the red will look nice together, and I've got blue contacts in as well. So I'm going to go for blue. So I've got these, I have about 5 of these, and I use them colour by colour. There's several brushes in with them, and each brush, excuse me, I use for a different shade of that colour, so light blues to dark blues. And I've got one for purple, one for pink, one for green, and one for golds and silvers, and one for blue. So we're going to do blue today. I haven't done blue for a while. Palette I'm going to use is called Pretty All Set 2 by You Can Be. And there's these lovely shades of blue there that we're going to be using, and there's probably some other blues that I've got in another palette somewhere. Yeah, there's some blues in there we could use as well. I want these ones to be quite blue. I mean, the ones in here are a bit more sort of like cerulean, really. First thing I'm going to do is take the biggest brush, the fluffiest brush, and I'm going to put on the very, very base colour, which is the lightest blue in this palette. But I'll just put that at the very, very top near the eyebrow, so it just, it really sort of like creates the illusion of the colour sort of really fading. So I'm just going to tap it on. Just use tapping motions, don't rub, always use tapping motions, and keep charging up your brush and go as close to the brow as you can. And if you do go over the brow, you can always correct it. You can always correct it. And this, as it merges in with the eye base, it will actually start to almost fade a little bit. It won't look too dark. Again, tap, tap, tap. And now I'm going to do the same on the other side. There we are. So what we've done is we've actually pushed the eyeshadow into the eye base, so it really sets in there. And the eye base, what it does is it really makes those colours come to life. It makes them pop. That's the word that people use, makes them pop. The next colour I'm going to use is just next one down on this list. So now it's just a slightly darker version of the one that we've used. And we're not going to go right to the very tip of the eyebrow. I'm going to go a little bit further in. And again, tapping motions only, just tapping motions. Tap, 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 tap. But I always go close to the brow in the center. So this outside bit here is where most of the color is going to ombre and flare. So tap, tap, tap. And now I'm going to do the same on the other side. And that's it. And the next color, we're going to go a bit darker. So I tend to use about 3 or 4 colors, and then when I've done my cut crease, I usually go over it in a darker shade to highlight the difference between the cut crease and the shadow. But yeah, so then you just go a bit further inward towards the eye with the darker shade and let it blend upwards into the lighter color. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go back to the previous colour we were using and blend that in with the darker colour that we were using. So we're just going to go back through our colours. So I'm just going to do that now. So the lighter colour, I'm just going to go above where I put the darker colour and just tap that there. So it basically adds a bit more, lets the darker merge with the lighter. And the same on the other side. Not very much, just what a blend. And then the lightest one that we did, this very, very pale powder blue, very top. I am now going to do my cut crease. Now there's a few different ways you can do it. I've tried different methods. One of the things that, what's her name? Cardi Blank, I think that's how her name's pronounced. She did a Vaseline method and I tried that and it was pretty good, but I find I don't necessarily need to do that. Basically, I'm going to be taking the same brush that I used to do my eye base, and I'm going to use even more eye base to do my cut crease. Now I am going to do that in the mirror because I will need to be precise, but basically what you do is if you look straight ahead, you've got to imagine that you've got a bigger eyelid than what you can see. So look straight ahead. This is something that Nova from Novimbia told me, is look straight ahead and see where it should go, and the highest point of your cut crease shouldn't actually be up here, it should be over here. It's a nice big round motion down around there. So paint it on with something that's got a nice precise edge to it. Okay, this is what I've done. I think I went a bit too far over here, but that's okay, I can correct that. So I've gone up and around. I think I need to make it a bit more round, I think. But it's all right, I can go back over that. I'm now going to do the other side, and I'm going to use some eyeshadow to sort of correct that a little bit there. You may have noticed I haven't done my under eye highlight, and the reason I haven't is because I like to do my highlight after I do my makeup so that I can, if there's any fallout, I can blend it out. So I've just corrected that. I have actually smudged a little bit here, but that's okay. I can go over that with a highlight. So I'm now going to set that with some powder. I'm going to use a shimmer powder because I do like a shimmer on my cut crease. So just pat it over where I've done cut crease. As you can see, I have faded it out over here because I like it to blend in with my eyeshadow. Powder just sets it, because otherwise it just patches and slips around. And then also you can use the powder to sort of blend it in, get more blue. Now what I'm going to do with this cut crease is I'm going to take a very fine brush and I'm going to get a darker blue and I'm going to go over the cut crease line so it really defines it. And I'm going to go a bit further into the outside crease to deepen that as well. So for that, I'm not going to use the ones from this palette. I'm going to use ones from the other palette where there was a slightly darker blue. So I'm just going over that bit there, and we are going to go back over the eyeshadows as well to blend this in with it. So I know it seems a lot of overkill and a bit repetitive, but you know, I find this gets the best results for me. So it works. So just going over. I might have to look in the mirror to do this. Now I've blended it up a little bit more. Now I'm going to go back through my colours again. Again, it looks like it's a lot of overkill, but it is absolutely necessary. And just tap the outside of where I've done that dark colour. Just tap on the outside of it. Okay. The other side. That's how I do my upper eye. I usually add a bit of shimmer to the cut crease as well, using a liquid shimmer too. And then with the under eye, that is a whole new ball game. I will do a different tutorial on the under eye another time, but not today. but I hope that this has been good for you to see. I've not done makeup tutorials before, but yes, this is how I do my eye colour. And yeah, I will do my eyeliner next, and then everything else, and I'll show you the final look. Loads of love.